Hey, how's it going there? So, man, gotta get the brightness up on here. There we go, there we go. So this is kind of my setup I've been doing the last maybe 3 weeks or so. I've been kind of spending some time on Craigslist, doing Craigslist stuff. Got my Snuggie here. I don't know if you guys know about Snuggies, but yeah, these things are pretty nice. Just kind of get your arms in there like that. Oh, there it is. So you got a little blanket session there. Pretty nice. So you can just kind of hang out here and got the laptop set up. Hitting Craigslist, and kind of been inspired recently by some YouTubers and some alternative lifestyle, some minimalists as well, and kind of tiny house movement kind of stuff. So that's been inspiring me a lot, and just kind of realizing don't really need so much to live, and looking to simplify, and also continue exploring and adventuring. And so I've decided to start looking for some type of vehicle, recreational vehicle, something that I can kind of spend time in, instead of having an apartment or a room I'm renting. Just pay for the vehicle, pay for the gas, pay for the insurance, and just kind of spend most of my time in that, exploring everything around. A lot of cool places to see in my state, Washington State, and a lot of great cities, a lot of good hiking. There's all sorts of islands and stuff. We got a great ferry system here. You can get out to anywhere, really. And, Canada's real close to here. Idaho, Oregon. I could drive out to Colorado. The possibilities are endless. I could drive all the way to the East Coast. I could drive down to Florida, up to New York. Whatever, once you got your home with you and you're completely mobile, you got all your stuff, really is endless possibilities. And so kind of been inspired by that and hoping to find a van, because I feel like vans are more economical than an RV, plus they sometimes are more dependable as well, and the maintenance isn't going to be quite as expensive. So I've been looking at a lot of different types of vans, going between so many different things, trying to decide what I like and what's going to fit my personality and what's going to fit my needs for space and whatnot, but also be pretty dependable, because I want to take it cross country, And so, been a lot of different things, a lot of different options. I'd say a lot of people think that those Volkswagen buses are the coolest thing ever. Those Westfalias, the Van Egens, they're badass. I completely agree, But you got to know how to work on them. You got to, take time to care for them, and they're not known for being the safest and the most reliable, and the gas mileage isn't the best, but they are beautiful, and they are something I would consider getting in the future, that's for sure. But as of right now, I think I'm looking for something a little bit more dependable maybe, but I'm still leaning toward all sorts of stuff. It's really hard to know. So let me just show you some of the stuff, like, sorry to cover you up there, on Craigslist I've been looking at. This is one car I stumbled upon and immediately was just like, oh my god, that is a beautiful machine right there. So it's like an old Dodge Caravan, 94, and I saw this and that wood paneling, and I was just, oh my god, that could be it. That could be my car. And for a while I thought that was going to be the one. Then I just started getting a little more responsible and looking at looking at the reviews of the cars, and it doesn't have the best reviews, honestly. It looks good. It's got low miles, only 104,000 for a 94. That's crazy low. And plus you get the wood paneling. And I love the wood paneling, The woody style just kind of breathes this, like, hippie, beachy kind of person, travel-y, and I think it'd be super cool. And so, but Dodge Caravan's just not as reliable as I thought. And so, started looking at other vans, Astro vans. I was looking at these. There's like a purple one I found. Pretty sweet. Definitely a lot of space in the back. And I think it has potential. I plan to kind of like build it and renovate the inside with a bunch of like smart designs that are multifunctional. Like if you ever see the tiny house movement stuff, everything has more than one purpose. Your bed folds up and there's storage in it, and then your sink has pull-out tables or whatever. Your drawers can fold down into, I don't know, another bed frame or something like that. Everything has multi-purpose, and therefore no space is wasted. Here's another pretty sweet one I found. It's like old Aerostar, my bad, and it looks pretty nice. I definitely dig the paint job on it with this this tribal symbol on there. Pretty awesome. These vans have pretty good amount of space as well, and this is a cargo one, so it doesn't really have like a nice interior, but I plan to maybe make some insulated walls and start putting up some good interior, and as well as build custom furniture for the inside of these. And so anything can be a blank canvas. Whatever you got to start with could really turn it into something nice. Let's see what else I got here. This one's like a regular minivan, Chrysler Voyager. I considered these a little bit, but honestly, I want to have like a cool van. I don't want to have like a soccer mom looking van. I just feel like these kind of have too much of that going on. I kind of want something a little bit more unique. And I did look at a couple. Here's another one. They got low miles and they're cheap, and so it's hard to say no, but that's not really the image I'm looking to represent. And so looking for something a little bit, more my personality, something a little bit more fun, and looks more like an adventure vehicle, something that I can hippie out and put some sweet rainbow blankets and stuff in there, and make it really cool, and a good vehicle for travel, as well as looking pretty badass and surfery. And so this is kind of my situation. I just kind of chill on the computer. Sometimes end up spending several hours in the evening kind of doing this, and it kind of can be a lot sometimes, and I find myself staying up late. And I take some notes here, write down certain models and their mileage. I got it all, I got year, make, model, mileage, price, Craigslist ID, and then a few details. And so I kind of like do that. I even do some like equations and some math. I was like, if I paid this much for the car and it gets this good a fuel economy, and here, if the car got 30 miles to the gallon, this is what I'd be paying, and this is when I would pay it off, and this is if it's got like 30 miles to the gallon, 40 miles to the gallon. And I was also looking at hybrids for a while, but they're not going to have the space I need. So yeah, doing some equations and some math here and stuff like that, calculated in expenses, how many miles it would be to visit my parents, to visit my grandma, to go out to farms and stuff. And so that's good. You got to take everything into consideration and just kind of, let me put the camera back here. And you just got to kind of consider everything and, be smart about it. I didn't want to just jump into a vehicle too quickly just because it looks cool. Doesn't really mean that it's going to be dependable and it's going to be what you want. And it's hard to fight that urge because, the Westfalias, they look awesome. And, when you see one for cheap, you're like, oh, I should get that. But at the same time, you're going to be dumping thousands of dollars into it, My brother used to have one, and he said he got it for only $500, and he ended up putting about $8,000 into it to get it up to where he wanted it to be. And so it's a pretty hefty amount compared to getting like a Toyota van or something. that really is dependable, and you don't really have to put that much maintenance into. So that's nice. But yeah, just kind of been inspired by a lot of minimalist lifestyle. This guy, ThrivingMinimalist.com, has a great channel. Exploring alternatives, really great channel, inspiring Canadians that are living in a van and just completely happy and sublime lives. It's just really inspiring to see people in such small spaces living, such big dreams and big adventures, and it's pretty awesome. And so, yeah, this is the beginning of my journey shopping for cars and looking at different vans. Seeing what's going to have the space I need, and also been watching a lot of videos about people doing interior design on their vans and what kind of works for them. And so eventually I'm going to have something here. I don't know when it's going to be. It could be another week, could be tomorrow. I'm just hoping that one's going to pop up. It's really going to spark my interest and be able to be what I need and have good low miles and a good price. And so, yeah, that's about it for shopping for a van. We'll see you later.